Perennials add color to the landscape and usually last longer than annuals. They make planting easy with reliable, continued new growth and flowers and can be added to eliminate constantly tilling and replanting. Many perennials attract pollinators. This presentation will discuss the care requirements for perennials as well as 15 species commonly found in Central Florida. Perennials are long-lived herbaceous plants that usually last more than 2 or 3 seasons. The plants discussed later in this category are dicots unless otherwise noted as being a monocot. Some require cooler weather and might be treated more like an annual. However, certain more tropical species might be damaged by frost or freezes. All perennials are generally grown for attractive flowers and will bloom almost year-round for up to several years. Perennials can be intermingled with annuals, shrubs, and trees and do well in containers such as planter boxes and hanging baskets. They should be clustered for best use and are sometimes ideal for xeriscapes and shadier locations. Although most perennials will grow in Florida's sandy soil, enriching the planting area with organic matter helps improve performance. Most perennials are not particular about pH. Prior to planting, there are several steps you can take to prepare the ground for perennials. Remove weeds by digging or by using a non-selective herbicide. Till the ground deeply and add compost, peat moss, or composted manure. Some perennials can be grown from seed and directly sowed into the garden. Florida soils, however, dry out quickly, and this can make establishing seeds directly in the ground difficult. Another option is to start the seeds in containers or cell packs and transplant them as they are mature enough. Starts can also be found already in bloom at most garden centers year-round. When transplanting begins, be sure the root balls are loosened prior to planting. Arrange plants at the correct spacing and at the same depth they were growing in their containers. After planting, more mulch can be added and the perennials should be thoroughly watered in. Be sure to keep mulch away from the base of the plants. A balanced fertilizer can be used for in-ground and container perennials to encourage new growth and flowering. Time-released applications are sometimes preferred for ease of use. Perennials can be fertilized when growth slows or leaf color fades. Do not remove mulch to fertilize. Although perennials are usually very tough and durable, check plantings routinely to prevent major problems or infestations. Common pests are grasshoppers and caterpillars, which chew holes in leaves, aphids, which attack new growth and flower buds, and leaf miners, which tunnel in leaves. Most insects can either be hand-removed or treated with Bacillus thuringiensis, beneficial insects, a properly labeled synthetic product, or natural oil and soap sprays. Follow all label instructions. Control major infestations by removing infected growth. Pruning or deadheading can prevent lankiness and overcrowding and removes dead, infected, or damaged parts of the plant. Perennials will often naturally reseed or seeds can be saved. Some plants can easily be divided any time of year and others can be effortlessly started from cuttings. Cuttings and division can especially come in handy when preserving favorite plants from harsh winter freezes, to expand your garden, or to grow enough plants to share. Perennials need water most when they are first planted. When plants begin to grow and roots are established, water can be reduced to an as-needed basis. Mulching helps retain soil moisture, and soaker hoses or micro-irrigation should be used if possible. Keep mulch away from the base of plants. The common name blanket flower might be a reference to the growth habit or that part of its flower appearance resembles Native American blankets. Gaillardia is named after an 18th century French magistrate and botanist and is in the Asteraceae family, which are true daisies. Asteraceae includes marigold, coreopsis, echinacea, zinnia, sunflower lettuce, and more. Blanket flower is 2 feet tall and 3 feet wide, with pubescent, fuzzy foliage and a spreading mound-like growth habit. It blooms in summer and fall and is drought and heat resistant. Blanket flower is a fairly fast grower and appreciates full sunlight. It can be used as a border, accent, in beds, xeriscapes, or containers, for cut flowers, and to attract butterflies. There are very few color variations. Butterfly weed is sometimes called milkweed. It is in the Apocynaceae family, or dogbanes, and includes desert road, carissa, Asiatic jasmine, periwinkle, true periwinkle, known as Vinca major, Hoyas, and others. Asclepias are named after the Greek god of healing. They formerly had their own family called Asclepiadaceae, but were combined with the current family. Plants are drought tolerant when established, and moisture tolerance is dependent on the species. Plants are 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide and bloom from spring to fall. Butterfly weed prefers full sun. Milkweed is often the foundation of most butterfly gardens. It is a nectar and larval food plant. Plants have simple opposite leaves and upright clumping growth habit and can be used in xeriscaping for borders as an accent to attract birds and for cut flowers. Some species are Florida native. Asclepias are sometimes susceptible to aphids. Butterfly weed is propagated from seeds or cuttings. Plants are poisonous to humans if ingested. Coneflower's common name is derived from the conical appearance of the flower. The genus name Echinacea is derived from the Greek word echinos, meaning sea urchin. Coneflower is an Asteraceae family and grows up to 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide with an upright clumping growth habit. Coneflower blooms from spring to summer and prefers well-drained soil. Coneflower plants are drought tolerant and prefer part sun to shade. They should be routinely deadheaded for continual blooms. Plants tend to be short-lived and can be grown from seeds or cuttings. Echinacea is grown for aroma, to attract butterflies, birds, and bees, and xeriscapes as a border and for cut flowers. There are several variations in color, flower, and shape. The genus name Coreopsis refers to the shape of the achene on the flower and is sometimes called tick seed. It is derived from the Greek word koreos, meaning bedbug, and opsis, meaning view. It is another plant in the true daisy Asteraceae family, and 13 species are Florida native. Coreopsis is the state wildflower of Florida, and plants grow up to 4 feet tall and 3 feet wide. Coreopsis is a fast grower and blooms in the summer. Plants tolerate salt, heat, and drought, and are used for borders, containers, and xeriscapes and to attract butterflies and birds. Coreopsis is usually pest-free and can be grown from division. The genus name Odontonema refers to the thin flower style and stigma. Odontonema is derived from Greek words odontos, meaning tooth, and nema, meaning thread. Fire spike is sometimes called scarlet flame or cardinal's guard. It is in the acanthus family, which includes mostly tropical ornamental shrubs. Fire spike does okay in part shade and prefers enriched, moist soil. Plants have simple opposite leaves and an upright clumping growth habit, up to 6 feet tall and 3 feet wide. Fire spike blooms from fall to winter. Pruning can be done and encourages more dense growth. Plants are cold sensitive but will regrow. They can be used as a border or accent background for cut flowers or to attract butterflies and birds. Hummingbirds love the flowers. Fire spike is propagated by cuttings. The genus name Mirabilis means admirable or wonderful in Latin, and the species name Jalapa refers to Jalapa, which is the state capital in Mexico. The Aztecs historically cultivated the species there for medicinal and ornamental purposes. Bougainvillea is in the same plant family, Nyctaganaceae. 4 o'clock has nocturnal flowers and will bloom in summer. It tolerates full to part sun, but does best in full sun. 4 o'clock has bushy, upright growth and can be used as an accent for aroma, borders, or in beds. It is propagated by seeds or division and is poisonous if ingested. Pentas is in the Rubiaceae family and are sometimes called Egyptian star cluster. Related family members include true coffee, wild coffee, gardenia, and others. Plants prefer full to part sun and are cold sensitive. They have simple, slightly pubescent, opposite leaves and grow up to 4 feet tall and 3 feet wide. Pentas prefers well-drained, fertile soil and are cold sensitive but will regrow after a frost. Pentas are fast growers with summer blooms and should be pruned in the spring. Plants are sometimes susceptible to spider mites. Dwarf and regular-sized pentas are available and they are usually grown from cutting. Pentas is used to attract butterflies and birds for containers, beds, and borders. The genus name Catharanthus is derived from the Greek words katharos, which means pure, and anthos, which means flower. The species name roseus means rose-colored and refers to the flower. Periwinkle is another member of the Apocynaceae dogbane family, which includes milkweed, true periwinkle, Vinca major, and other plants. A synonym for Madagascar periwinkle is Vinca rosea. Plants have simple opposite leaves and are up to 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide. Madagascar periwinkle is drought tolerant when established, cold sensitive, and prefer full sun and dry sandy soil. It provides year-round flowers and should be pruned to prevent legginess. They can be susceptible to fungus in wet weather and can be used in containers, beds, and borders. Plants are propagated by seed or cuttings. The genus name Plumbago is derived from the Latin word plumbum, which means lead. Plumbago prefers well-drained soil and performs best when fertilized. Plants will bloom from spring through summer and are up to 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide. They can be staked or supported and have simple alternate or spiral leaves with a slight pubescence. Plumbago is cold sensitive but will regrow and should be routinely pruned at the end of winter. It prefers full sun to part shade and is a fast grower with rare pest or disease trouble. Plumbago is moderately drought tolerant when established and can be propagated from seeds and cuttings. The genus Rudbeckia is named after a Swedish botanist named Olaf Rudbeck. It is also called black-eyed Susan, and plants prefer full sun or part shade. Rudbeckia is up to 2 feet tall and 3 feet wide with an upright and clumping growth habit. It is another member of the Asteraceae or true daisy family. Rudbeckia is a fast grower and blooms in the summer. Plants tend to be short-lived and are pest and disease resistant. Rudbeckia prefers well-drained soil and can be used as a border and beds to attract birds and for cut flowers. They are grown from seed or division. Shasta daisy got its common name from the color of its snow-white petals and their resemblance to the snowy white peaks of Mount Shasta in California. It is another member of the Asteraceae family and prefers full sun to part shade and moist, well-drained soil. Shasta daisy grows up to 2 feet tall and 1 foot wide with an upright, clumping growth habit. There are several varieties with color and shape variations. Shasta daisy is grown from cuttings and division and used for borders, containers, and cut flowers. The common name society garlic is from Dutch settlers for preference over garlic and flavoring dishes for social events. The genus is named after Rik Toolbach, a governor of Cape Good Hope in South Africa. It is in the Amaryllidaceae family, and other relatives include crinum, amaryllis, rain lilies, and other significantly important ornamentals. Plants have linear, strap-like leaves and can become fungal if overwatered or too shady. Society garlic is a monocot and appreciates bone meal. Society garlic can be susceptible to fungus, whiteflies, and aphids. Plant in full sun to part shade. Plants prefer well-drained, enriched soil and have a clumping growth habit. Society garlic blooms from spring to fall and is propagated by separation. Spanish bayonet is not related to cassava, Manna esculenta, but is also called yucca. It is also often confused with other yucca species. The species name Alliifolia means aloe-like. It is a monocot in the Asparagaceae family. Plants have very sharp, spirally arranged leaves and can grow up to 15 feet tall and 5 feet wide. Plants can also become top-heavy. Spanish bayonet has an upright clumping growth habit with blooms in spring or summer. It prefers full sun to part shade. It is salt and drought tolerant and can be used in xeriscapes, for borders, or as a background. Spanish bayonet is propagated from suckers. It requires excellent drainage and can be susceptible to scale and leaf spot. Stokes aster is named after an English botanist and physician named Jonathan Stokes. It is another member of the true daisy Asteraceae family and should be deadheaded routinely. Plants prefer enriched, moist soil and full sun. They have an upright clumping growth habit and lance-shaped leaves. Stokes aster is usually about 1 foot tall and 1 foot wide. There are a few selected varieties with different sizes and colors. Stokes aster is a Florida native plant with summer blooms. It is usually pest-free, attracts butterflies, and can be used in containers and as an accent. Plants are grown from cuttings and division. Dianella laevis is true flax lily. The species name Tasmanica refers to its Tasmanian, Australia origin. It is a member of the Asphallidaceae family, which includes aloe vera. Variegated flax lily is a monocot grown primarily for its clumping foliage. It prefers full sun to part shade. Variegated flax lily grows quickly and prefers well-drained soil. It can withstand foot traffic and is used as a border, ground cover, in containers, and for xeriscaping. Plants are propagated by division. This concludes the Perennials of Central Florida presentation.